There we are.
Oh.
Do a thing.
Intro. Yeah, there you go.
I'm doing a thing.
Doing a thing.
It
You're
is a
listening
thing.
to the Beans and Dice podcast.
Things are happening.
Podcast about how
we game.
Hey, folks. It is Thursday night. Live call-in show with the Beans and Dice podcast. I'm Carlos.
I'm Rob.
I'm Wayne.
Coming in remotely.
He remembered his name. Hey.
Yay.
Thanks, Wayne, for joining us tonight on the Thursday night call-in show. We appreciate you popping in, Poppy.
Always, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
We are live from the house Thursday night.
Studio B.
Can you believe it's December?
Oh, yeah. Last weekend was Thanksgiving.
And thank you all for, apologies.
Sorry. Thank you. Thank you for not yelling and screaming.
We all had family stuff, and just that week just flew by.
Yep.
And it felt good to take a break.
Yeah.
I will say that.
2 weeks without any podcast, any call-in show. So, yeah.
Shout out to my man from Sweden, Edmund, England, in the chat.
Hey, Edmund, how are you?
He popped in during the Blood Bowl chat.
Oh, did he?
The
Nice.
Blood Bowl show. So thank you, Edmund, for popping in. And it was an achievement for our Blood Bowl call-in show because it made us international.
International. Wow.
We hit that international.
First show. Went international.
So, thank you, sir. Thank you. Much appreciated.
I tuned in for a little bit, too. It was interesting.
Yeah, Wayne was in there popping off about football.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't
No,
bring
I
myself
just
to do it.
I asked a simple question. I said, I like the concept of Blood Bowl. Is there something similar for soccer? And then I got if you want soccer, then just get out of here because it's boring and a horrible game. And turning off this show now.
Yeah, that's what you get. Yep.
Suddenly we lost like half our viewers.
Popular sport in the world.
So thank you for Wayne for popping in. Thank you, Evan, for popping in. We did a Blood Bowl live call-in show with the Florida Blood Bowl group, my peoples.
Yeah, your peoples.
Yeah, my peoples. So hopefully we get some crossover. Maybe they'll call in tonight.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, speaking of call, it is a call-in show, isn't
Or
it?
at least watch if they're not calling in. Hopefully they can interact. As always, you can text message or not text message. You can chat with us through the chats. We were on the YouTubes. We're on the Twitter, and what's that other thing? Facebook. There we are. Facebook. So
Facebook,
definitely
Twitch, and YouTube.
Twitch, not Twitter. Twitch. Twitter is just pictures, right? Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
I'm old. Yeah. Anyway,
Twitter's the thing that used to be worth money. Now it's worth half of what it was worth.
Low blow.
Hey,
But Thursday night, sorry, it's Thursday night call-in show. So as always, give us a call. Phone line is open, 813-618-7099. Again, we just have the one line. So if you call and you get a busy signal, it's probably because somebody's tied it up and talking to us. So just listen in. As soon as they're done, you can jump in, and we're here to talk about whatever you want to talk about. You take over the show. Otherwise, we've got a few things. We're going to try something a little new tonight. I found out about it about 30 minutes ago. Wayne found out about it about 10 minutes ago. We're going to do a new little thing tonight just to fill a little bit of the time. But hopefully you can call in and chat with us and tell us what you want to talk about gaming-wise.
Yep. Before we get into the first segment of the show, where we do the games we recently played, and that's what Rob's talking about there, I do want to remind folks, our second Saturday game day is at Your Turn.
Yep.
A good friend of the show, Your Turn Board Game Cafe in Zephyr Hills.
Dan and Sarah?
Dan and Sarah run that up. So we will be out there doing a gift exchange.
Yeah.
Anywhere between a $10, $15, $25 game wrapped up. If you show up and bring one of those, we'll put it on the table and we'll call names randomly, and you get to pick something off the table, unwrap it, and we get to laugh or watch you cry.
Yeah.
While we laugh.
Is this like a white elephant where like the next person?
I was just saying, we nailed down all the rules yet? Are we gonna do like the steal thing, or are we just gonna open?
I think we're just gonna grab a gift and pick a gift.
Okay.
Try to keep it simple. Sweet, simple, and no hurt feelings.
Yeah, I know we've done a few different things over the years, so this will be our fourth one, maybe.
If you're new to the show, have no consistency.
Yeah. So it's something new every year. We do something different. So
part of it is I can't remember what I did last time.
This is likely to change.
And secondly, because I want to do something different. It's
the only tradition is it will change every year. Got it.
Exactly.
Hey!
Exactly. Yeah.
The only constant is change.
Yep.
Speaking of change, so we always talk about games that we played, right? That's what we do. So what I decided to do is we're going to put up this whiteboard here.
Yeah.
Robert and I are going to go through some of the games that we've played in November.
We got to come up with an easel or something better to put this thing on. Yeah.
And what we'll do is we'll talk to you about the games that we played. But this time, instead of just telling you about the games that we played, we're going to rank them. No specific order, no like scientific ways of doing this. We're just going to put them up on the board and tell you about them.
Yeah.
And hopefully y'all get a better idea of what games we like And maybe if you understand the types of games we like and the activities that we enjoy, you can better understand when we give you our thoughts and feelings on a game,
Yep.
whether or not it fits in with you.
And Wayne has probably played many of these games, so Wayne certainly will be chiming in as well. He'll be giving us his impressions and telling us where he disagrees. I'm sure he will disagree heavily. So, yeah.
And we're tell us why we're wrong.
We're doing this initially here with just games we have played recently. So we just both took games we played in the last month. So this is not an all-time top 10 list. This is not, our most favorite games ever. This is going to be just games we've recently played and what our impressions are. Some of these we played 10, 15 times. Some of them we played once. And so we're going to just kind of off the cuff, just throw them up there.
What's up, BJ?
Oh,
Thank you for joining the show.
Sport Game Gumbo.
Rich Yazzie in the chat. Oh,
Hey,
hey
Rich.
everyone. We're going to definitely be watching the Blood Bowl video, he says, and I'm looking forward to Rob's detailed real-time breakdown on the strategies that were employed.
Oh, yeah. Stay away. Stay away. That was my strategy.
And you're doing well at it.
Yes.
Deuce Dwarf. That name's familiar.
Deuce Dwarf. I don't know that one.
I think I've seen that
Dwarfs.
one before. That's
That
not
sounds,
new.
that sounds like a Blood Bowl guy to me.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
that sounds like it must be a Blood Bowl.
Very good point.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk a little bit about some of the games that we've played recently, and we'll monitor this phone.
You gonna go first or second?
Let's see.
Well, we're gonna start with our starters.
I like-
We
Oh
threw
yeah,
yeah, I threw up some
two
starters already.
here. I don't know how easy it is to see. We're gonna
I
work on this.
I love BJ's comment though. It's the show that Mitchell used to watch.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard from Mitchell in a while. But
He's all
Hey,
about the theater
Wayne,
stuff right
are
now.
you
Yeah.
able to control comments and throw them up there? Do you have that kind of control?
I don't think so. No. Nope.
Oh,
Sorry.
man.
okay. Well,
I got to figure that one
I
out.
would if
get
I
him as we
could.
go.
I would if I could.
But you can't.
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not logged
All right,
in.
let's go through some of these games that I threw up on the board right off the bat.
how well can you
Let's
see
see
that?
here.
That's better. Yeah.
My top game, I wanted to create like a top and a bottom. So for me, my ceiling is Crusaders, Thy Will Be Done. And my floor right now is Skull out of some of the games that we played recently.
Yeah.
Robert, tell the folks at home.
Again, this is just a smattering. My top game I played recently, I played this one a couple times, is Unsettled, and so that's one that's high on my list right now. Another one that makes Carlos a little bit sad, I've got down at the bottom of my list. Again, this is just 10 recently played games. I've
No
got
hurt feelings by me.
Caesar's Empire. So I've played that game 4 or 5 times now. And I'm gonna preface this a little bit by saying I don't dislike any of these games. Any of these games I'll play in my list here. I'll play pretty much any time. As I mentioned when we played it the other day, Caesar's Empire is a game that I'll play one time in a sitting. It's definitely not a game I want to play more than once, and it's a quick game. It plays in about 30 minutes, depending on how many people are playing. So I don't dislike Caesar's Empire, but it's a game that after playing once, I'm done with it.
We knew that because
Yeah.
we were at the Double Branch Brewery,
Yes, we were.
and
Wesley
I brought my
Chapel.
copy,
Game
and I
day.
set up game one, and Robert joined us.
Yes.
And
And we
ruined
had
it for
some-
everybody. No one.
I won game one, by the way. I won, so it wasn't a thing that I'm bad at this game. That sometimes that is me. If I'm bad at a game, sometimes it'll really ruin my opinion of it. But I won.
Yes,
So
he
go ahead.
did.
All right.
So then more folks show up. So instead of playing less than the full player count, we open it up to the full player count. And I said, all right, we're ready to re-rack. And Rob's like, no.
I'll sit this one out.
I'm going to give my seat to someone else.
Yes. So
I'm not surprised to see it down here. And look, we got
Yeah.
Robert a blue marker,
oh,
and we got me a green marker. So I'm the green player. He's the blue player.
you want to talk about either one of your games?
Crusaders, that will be done. When I
this
looked
game.
at the recent games played, that is still the one that I go back to.
Yeah, you're loving this game. Yeah.
I just busted out the expansion with the expansion factions and how differently they play. It's just there's so much depth in this game, and it doesn't feel as negatively competitive.
yeah.
It's almost like a positive player experience. The occasional screw you move where you pop in and steal somebody's like build spot, but that's about the extent of it. For the most part, it feels almost like a co-op
Yeah.
because we're all going out there beating up on the different civilization. What do we call them? Factions.
Factions. Yeah, I think factions the best.
But we're all doing it for the same purpose, which is to spread influence.
I like it a lot, and we've played a fair amount. I played a lot on Board Game Arena BGA recently. I'm going to say I like this game better without the expansion. The expansion does add a thing. I like playing the expansion occasionally, but I think I like the base game better.
I think I agree there, Rob. I think it just muddles things a little too much.
Yeah, too
But
many
that
options.
influence action becomes too different.
Yeah, there's too much going on. I think I like it better when it's when I've got about 4 or 5 decisions to make. You add the expansion, you've got about 8 or 9 decisions to make, and
But that's what's nice about this Crusaders game. You just take that expansion out,
yeah,
and you're back down to a solid game.
I agree. Yeah.
So
All
far,
right,
I like everything
bottom of my
except
list.
for Carlos's bottom.
Oh yeah.
Bottom of my list, Skull. Listen, folks, this is not like I'm not saying that Skull is a bad game. Skull is a good game.
It is.
But out of the games I played in November, I would have to put Skull at the bottom, and probably because we could never really get a full player count.
Yeah.
I think at max we played with maybe 5 or 6 players. Is that full?
That's a full player count. 6.
Is
I
that-
think it's a
What's
6
in the base
max.
game? Yeah, 6
that
is
sounds
max.
about right.
And, maybe I'm just salty. Maybe I'm just salty because I can't figure it out. And Robert calls me a liar.
You didn't do
and,
well. One game you laid back and you didn't do well, and then the other ultra aggressive, and you were out like in 30 seconds. So
For all those reasons, Skull's at the bottom of my list.
Yeah.
Scientifically.
I think Skull's good at 4 or 5 players. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a fun pub game. Bring it with us to the bar when we're drinking at Dragon Con. And
All right,
maybe play.
like
grab
Skull.
one of those games that you played in November, slap it on the
Oh
board.
gosh, you're gonna make me make quick decisions
Yeah,
here. All right.
that's
So
what I like
again,
about
right now we just wanted to set a top and a bottom. So this one's just gonna go in the middle. So it doesn't matter where I put it right now, and I'm gonna slide it up and down as we go. Ready, set, bet. I've played this game about 6 times, 5 or 6 times in the last month and a half, 2 months, maybe a little longer than that. But anyway. Great game, party game. Every time I play it, almost every time I've played it, we've been on our feet, making a lot of noise. I'll say the last time we played it at your place here, it wasn't quite as much of that. I don't know if it's because we were at the house.
Well, it got a little salty there
Yeah.
between the Childers family. Y'all are real
A little
competitive.
bit. Yeah, we're pretty competitive over there. So it was a different experience. And so this game is definitely dependent on the people that you play it with. But so many games are like that. But
I had expected Rob to wake up that morning with a horse head in his bed.
Oh, you think? Yeah, like it was that bad, huh?
The kids were after you,
Oh no,
bro.
it gets way worse than that. So that's just a tasting. But ready, set, bet. I'm gonna throw it in the middle here somewhere. It's not Caesar's Empire, but it's not Unsettled for me. But that's up there, so it's in the middle. And Carlos is gonna grab his as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my ready set bet up there. Rob threw it up there while we played, and man, I had some highs with that game. I really
Yeah.
did.
Oh,
And I had some lows, like the lower player counts. It just doesn't.
Oh no, yeah, I don't like it with, and that's maybe that was part of it. We played.
I'm gonna go more towards like ready to set it in the middle, ready
Carlos,
to set it.
you're
You see what I
thinking
did
you
there?
should have bought New York 1901 then instead of Ready Set Bet.
Yes. After
Really?
like my 4th play of Ready Set Bet,
Really?
I was like, maybe I should have bought New York
I
1901.
got to play that game. I have not played that yet. Wayne, we got to get that in.
Yeah, let's get it, man. I
let's
bring
do it.
that and the Ticket to Ride Markland like every game day. So anytime
Well,
you guys
all right.
want to.
Well, just remind me next time that we got to get at least one of those played. So I got to play both of those.
All right, Rob.
All right, let's keep going. I got Point Salad here. Point Salad, very light game. It's a fun game. It's a thinky game, which is more up my my avenue here. I'm going to put it below Ready, Set, Bet just for enjoyment factor. Point Salad, not group dependent. It is more of a solitary action here. I'm going to put it right down here. So under Ready, Set, Bet. Oop, I'm going to grab that off the floor, and then it's going to be above Caesar's Empire.
I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised at that. I expected Ready Set Bet. You know what? Maybe I'm saying that because Ready Set Bet comes out a lot for us.
Yeah.
Ready Set Bet comes out a lot for us because it plays up to 5 or 6. 6.
Ready, Set, Bet.
I'm sorry.
Point Salad. Point Salad. Yeah.
Point Salad comes out a lot for us because of the type of game it is.
It's just a deck of cards.
I think it
so-
plays 6.
Do you want me to hold that thing?
6. I got it.
Yeah. All right.
I think it plays 6 players.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But it's a higher player count and it plays in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That's probably why it comes out so much. I would have thought you would have liked it more. Maybe because you're just good at it. I thought you liked it more.
Maybe. And again, I'm trying to keep that out of it. Again, that tends to taint my opinion sometimes.
He said taint.
games taint. Yeah. But yeah.
Wayne, any thoughts on Point Salad?
I like it. It's a great game. It's I think light enough to play with family, but can be kind of cutthroat when you're playing with more experienced gamers because they're looking at that. Okay, he's getting all the lettuce scoring cards, so I'm gonna start grabbing all the lettuce, and you can play. So it's a good game, quick, fun, cheap game. Take it anywhere, so it's a good game.
Okay, I did not put it on my list, although I did play it. But, we're trying to keep it to about 10 games
Yeah.
to start with.
Yeah. And just recently played. So
It didn't even make it as
on
my
your
10th.
10 most recently played fun games.
All right, so I'll put one up here that I think we have played together. And I'm going to say I was surprised at this one compared to the others. And I'm going to throw Tapestry up here.
Ooh,
Right about
Ready, Set, Bet.
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
oh,
So you liking the Tapestry?
I've talked trash about Tapestry a lot in
Yes,
the past. Yeah. But I got to bust it out with wifey. I got a solo game in and I got a game in with wifey. And I guess I approached it differently after playing Mosaic. I approached it differently.
You said you were still bad at it.
Oh, it was terrible. I think I scored 30 7 or something.
Really? That's
And
wow.
I'm told that's not.
Yeah,
dude.
300 is the pinnacle that a lot of people shoot for. So
That's nowhere near.
37
North
is
of
not quite-
180 is decent. 220 and higher is a really good score.
Yeah.
Apparently, I did terrible.
Terrible.
But I'll tell you what, I had fun because wifey was playing hers, and we were. She was learning the game. I was learning and teaching at the same time, but she had this good combo going. These recyclers that had tech, and some of the tapestry cards that she was getting really comboed up with them.
Yeah.
And I was having fun just watching her and talking about the different options she had. And I think she busted out in the 150, 60, 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Up in,
So a decent, respectable score. Yeah.
what a normal human would get.
Yeah. Normal human.
But so then that got me, I couldn't sleep. Right? You know those
Really?
nights where you can't sleep
Yeah,
afterwards?
you start thinking about what did I do wrong?
Right.
How can I be better? Yeah.
So the next morning I get up and it's a weekend morning. And the first thing I do is I set up not a solo game because there is an Automa, not an Automa game, but just 2 separate players, same ones.
Okay.
But I almost got to rerun it myself. I played both sides just to kind of try to figure out where are these strategies at, and then playing with those little buildings. It's a beautiful game. So I surprised myself putting it that high.
So
All right,
what
go ahead,
happened
Wayne.
there though is simple. It's very simple. It's Carlos was bashing on Tapestry. Then he realized that whole Stonemeyer money train. He needed to change his
Is that the thing?
change his course of action. And, no.
I am Jamie
I'm with you
Stonemeyer.
though. That's a game that I haven't yet to play Tapestry in physical form. I've only played it on BGA, and I feel like I have to play it physically to really get it. So sorry, Rob. Go ahead.
Oh no! While you're talking, I wanted to put it up. Go ahead. I just
Same game.
Same game. Since he already talked about Tapestry, I'm throwing mine in there. I am also going to put it above Ready Set Bet. I'm going to put it just one little step here, and again, I can slide these up and down a little bit as we go. But I am going to put it above Ready Set Bet because again, Ready Set Bet I feel is so dependent on the group. Tapestry is a very different game, so some of these are going to be real hard to compare. Tapestry is a very solitaire game. You're really not messing with each other that much. You've got a central board where you can knock people's stuff around a little bit, but you're not even really knocking them out of areas. You're just doing something that gets you points. It doesn't really hurt your opponent when you take an area or topple one of their towers. But I'm going to put Tapestry up there. I like Tapestry quite a bit. I was real disappointed when it came out because, again, it was touted as this Civ builder, and it definitely is not a Civ builder. I mean, Carlos will disagree with me a little more on that recently. I know you agreed with me originally, but recently I've seen you say that you feel it is a Civ builder.
Okay. Let me clarify, folks.
Not 4X.
That's okay. So that's my issue. Was I expected 4X? Based on everything I saw in the pre-production and all the stories and talked up, and then our buddy Raph got a copy, his champion copy, brought it to Armada Games, and we played it for the first time, and I'm like, this is not.
Yeah.
And I guess we could colloquially
Yeah.
interchange the ideas of using the word Civ Builder and 4X game sometimes, but that was a mistake of me doing that. Like,
Yeah.
no, a Civ Builder is not the same as a 4X game.
Explore,
Expand.
expand, and exterminate.
Yep.
So that's the 4X for those of you who are wondering, but it's got all those different components. But yeah, usually that will go with a Civ builder. Usually a Civ builder, you're exploring new areas, you're exploiting lands, you're collecting resources, you're exterminating people, you're fighting head to head, and then you're expanding your empire. This definitely does not have that direct conflict. Like I say, any conflict that's in the game really is just getting you more points, but it doesn't hurt your opponent. So yeah, it's definitely not that.
So I ranked it based on that, put it away, and then got it back out for the first time because Wayne, we had played Mosaic. William said he never played it. I want to learn Tapestry again. Yeah. It's up on the list. Yeah. Higher than I expected. Very much higher than I expected. Rob, you've got Caesar's Empire up there. So let me go ahead and get my Caesar's Empire up here.
Where are you going to put it?
Hey, Dios mío. Like, I kept playing this multiple times.
Oh, it's further down than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, you keep talking good
it's
about
there.
this one.
It's there.
Okay,
It's right about
temporarily,
there. And not because it's a bad game. Again, the bottom game isn't terrible. It's just not. It's light.
Yeah, it's too light.
It's very light.
It is light. Yeah, it's a family weight.
But
it's 8+.
5 players in 30, 45 minutes. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
it's got the theme I love.
Yeah, I think what's crushing all three of ours view of the game is Rob breaking it.
Oh,
in that
yeah.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
But tell
like,
everybody the strategy that
well,
broke the game.
Like, yeah, I want to
Say it, because then people at home can tell us if we're wrong.
I don't know, but yeah, it was always the strategy
So-
of just
So,
finding.
so
a
the game
route
is all about building routes to Rome,
Routes, yeah.
and all these roads that go to Rome are going to pay out to the players that participated in building that road. So, like, multiple players can get paid on a certain road based on how long the road is.
But there is
Well,
the one
Rob
road.
started doing his own thing
Yeah.
and made his own road, and nobody else partook.
Partook. It was what, we're playing a 4-player game. And
Right.
all three of you decided you'd rather connect off each other's stuff on the other half of the board, and you let me just kind of run away. And I made a road that was like 9 long or something.
I thought about that even more though. It's that specific road you took. So it's the road heading out from Rome
To Egypt.
towards Egypt, and then Asia, right? And it's basically there's a long road you can build straight out, and then it tees at the end where you have 2 scoring things at the end.
Oh, he was able to double back almost.
Where it doubled back on itself.
Yeah.
Where all the other roads that go to like England and France and like Western Europe, excuse me, it's very easy to cut those off. So if you start going out east, it's harder to cut it. Because even if we blocked him 1 or 2 times, he could still start the road again later on. So I worry that game is whoever starts building east first wins.
A little fragile.
Yeah, a little fragile. So that's
Well, the
where I
problem
worry
with
about that.
the east side,
East
the east side of the LBC on a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. On the
side.
east part of the map, all of those, because you score also based on the value of the city. The highest value for those cities is like 4,
Yeah,
right? It's Egypt, it's Asia.
but it's hard to
The
cut
higher
off.
value cities are all in the west part of Europe,
Right.
and those I think go up to 8, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But the longest route back from one of those cities to Rome is only like 3 or 4. Whereas
Right.
the longest route from all the way out east is 8 or 9 or 10.
So everybody fell for that trap of I'm going to go grab that 8-point city over in Western Europe, while Robert's like, well, nobody wants to go east. I'll just take it all to myself.
Yeah.
Right.
And suddenly he owns the Silk Road.
Yeah.
And that
worked.
That's big, so yeah.
So then I'd use that same strategy to also destroy the next game.
As we said, if somebody just does that, you got to go jump in. So you're gonna go next? You ready?
Let's go. Do we go big? Do we? You know what? I'm gonna throw Robert. You haven't played Furnace yet. I'm gonna throw Furnace up there.
I haven't played Furnace.
Not in this month. It's not on your list, right?
Not today's. Okay, yeah. I
in
played Furnace
today's
several
list,
times,
I'm
but
going to talk about Furnace, and man, it's going up there.
Got it way up there above Tapestry. Yeah,
It came in a roll, so they're kind of.
yeah. I'm trying to
gotta
flatten mine out
bendiness
before
to
we
this.
put them on there.
There we go. Furnace is up there above Tapestry, a little bit below Crusaders. It's an engine building game. It's straight. It is the Euro engine building game.
Yeah, it's Euro.
But the components are gorgeous. I have the player mat, so I got the nice neoprene player mat.
That mat's nice.
The artwork to me, I love that. I know a lot of people hate that beige style artwork. I love it. I love that
Little
artwork.
drab. Yeah.
Drab, they might call it. Converting coal into steel, converting steel into oil, and then taking all that and scoring. It just feels good. The conversion game in Furnace is awesome.
Yeah, if you like resource conversion, I like it a lot. It's definitely a thinky game. It's a game where you're going to spend a lot of time looking down at your board, not interacting a whole lot. Oh, there's comments here.
Yeah, comment. Eric Perron down there at the bottom, buddy from work. Hey,
There you go.
I saw you today at the cafeteria.
Oh.
Yeah. Nice seeing you, Eric. Thanks for jumping in. I got to give a shout out to my people when they come in.
Yeah, there you go.
Non-gamers popping in to
we
say
got,
hi.
got James and Mr. Jeeves and their 2 Kyle. I threw those up there, so welcome, guys. Thanks for tuning in. But Furnace, it's a game. I like it a lot. And it's a game that plays. I've played it with both of the rule sets now. Just a little tweak. One is that as you draft the card, as you get them, you lay them out, and you have to put them on one end of your line or the other. And once they're there, they stay there. And it makes the production, the engine running part of it, go a lot faster because all you're thinking is when you draft those cards and when you're laying them out. The other way to play the game, and they're both in the rule book. These are both completely legit ways to play. Is that you can run your engine in any order that you want every turn. So what you do is you spend half the game drafting these cards and getting them, and resources, and then the second half of each turn is running your engine. And the other way is you can tap them in any order you want. So you tap this to make that. You go over here and tap this to convert it to that, and you can do that. That makes that part of the game long. You're putting the cards out, you just throw them in front of you. It doesn't matter the order, but then that whole thought process. If I need to do this, to do that, to do this, that's what takes long. And I've found, even though I've only played it twice, the way where you put them in as you draft them, I think it ends up making the game a little bit shorter. And I like the fact that it takes that thought out of there, because you really, if you have people that are AP at this game, they can spend a lot of time trying to figure out, all right, I need 6 of those to do 2 of those to make 4 of those, and that part can really drag the game. But yeah, Furnace, I would agree. If it was on my list, it would be pretty high up there too. So yeah.
Wayne, what's your thoughts on Furnace?
I played it. It's not on. I haven't played it yet. So
Haven't played it yet.
Oh, okay.
You got to get that in. Okay.
I think part of the reason it's so high on my list is I played a 2-player, so you didn't have to worry about that AP-ness.
Yeah. It goes a lot quicker with.
Whoa,
yeah.
watch my mouth.
A penis? A penis. Nope, no better. No better.
No better. Yeah.
I think we're cutting that word out.
Rich says, a what?
Oh, man. Yeah.
At this point, we lose it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Lost control of the show.
Yeah. No, that
Kyle
is,
said, I think this was before. Kyle says awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. I was explaining to Kyle.
That was before, yeah.
Kyle's asking what y'all are doing. I said, you guys are doing your top 10 games played. I'm just playing Waldorf or Sattler, making fun of y'all.
Yeah, there you go. That works. The straight guy over there. So anyway, I'm going to throw one up here. Keep going with that. Keep going.
Hey-o.
I'm going to throw my skull up there because you have skull down there. You got it at the bottom. I'm actually, this is probably going to shock you, I'm going to put skull a step above point salad.
It's because you're good at it.
I like skull.
Social interaction game where you...
I do not like social deduction, and I'm not crazy about social interaction, but I like this game with people that I know. I like playing against Carlos. Cockroach poker is another one.
I hate it.
Love
I
playing
hate playing against
Carlos.
Rob.
I can tell when he's lying. I can tell when he's trying to get away with something. So skull is
He
is
has
same.
my
Yeah.
Never go to the
like-
casino with Rob. Is Carlos,
Yeah,
is
pretty
what I'm
much.
saying.
Yeah,
Never go with
yeah.
Carlos.
I played a lot of cards growing up, so that I get a little bit of that of trying to read people and figure out when they're bluffing. But I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to put it below Ready Set Bet. I think Ready Set Bet has more the highs in Ready Set Bet when you have those exciting
Way
moments
higher,
and
yeah.
there's 3 horses coming down the finish line and everybody's screaming at their horse. That has the potential for a lot higher highs. Skull is a solid game. Yeah, I enjoy it pretty much all the time. It is player dependent again as far as the count. I think more with Skull. I like Skull with more people than less. But yeah, I'm putting
Maybe
it below.
that's what it is. Maybe Skull just doesn't have those stand-up moments.
Yeah, the highs.
It's kind of like a, I can take a breather now. Like,
Skull is I'm having a beer, hanging out, watching a sporting event with friends, and we're just playing in between.
Oh, it's my turn. Let me do a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you want to flip that? You sure you want to flip mine? You don't
Yeah.
want to flip mine.
Yeah.
Whereas Ready Set Bet is like, come on, let's go.
Yeah. A little stress inducing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Rob's got Skull up on the board.
throw
Let me
one
see
up,
where am I
throw one
going now. We both have Mosaic
Oh, let's
written
put- yeah, so
down,
Mosaic
and we
next,
just
yeah.
should we?
We do it next or do it
Oh
last?
man!
That's our most recent big game that we've played.
Now it is our first time playing it.
Yeah, we only played
so
it
this
once.
almost like again for me, I'm only racking and stacking based on how much fun I had.
And Wayne played Mosaic with us.
I did.
So he's going to have some solid opinions there, I think. You want to wait on that one or you want to do it next?
No. I'll do it now. I'll do it now.
wait.
I'll do it now. I'm thinking about it. It's just I'm really it's here. It's here.
Top half?
Yes, but like where? Right. I want to say that. I feel like I almost had more fun playing Tapestry.
'Cause it's fast.
Although I said it, Mosaic is a better game. Solidly, Mosaic is a much better game than Tapestry.
Okay, I'm trying
Like
to
I
follow
said,
you here. Yeah.
I said Tapestry. Mosaic is what Tapestry should have been.
Yeah, you said that several times when we were playing.
Like
it, yeah.
if I wanted a civ building Euro game, Mosaic is it.
Mosaic's just a long game. I mean,
Carlos and I were talking before. We did discover that we did play a handful of things wrong. I don't know if you watched that How to Play video that was put out
I
by
didn't
Rodney.
No, yeah.
Or it wasn't Rodney. It was actually, it was on that channel, but it was.
Y'all aren't trying to take away my win. That's what I'm saying.
It's Chaz. I think Chaz did it.
Yeah, I made a list. Actually, I'm going to bring it with me next time. I told Carlos I put it on a post-it note 6 things that we did wrong in the game. So
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
yeah, so we'll fix. It was a decent amount, but that'll enhance our play next time. But I'm looking forward.
I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. And Robert, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it
Whoa,
below Tapestry, for
Oh.
fun's sake. Not game component, not game what makes the game, not mechanics, not the design. All of that was better than Tapestry.
Okay.
But I had some more fun combo-y moments in Tapestry than I did in Mosaic. Mosaic was like a Euro. Like, get these tags, put these tags down,
I like
play these
tags.
tags,
Yeah, that building thing was pretty cool.
grab these, build these cities, get the resources of said city next turn. Tapestry is like, oh my god, I can't believe I could pull off that combo right now.
Yeah.
That never happened in Mosaic.
All right, I'm going to do mine before you chime in, Wayne. So I wanted to cut you off before
Sure.
you had a chance
Yeah,
to jump
no,
in. So let me
it's
throw
all
because
good.
I want
You're
you.
good.
Want you to be the tiebreaker here.
Okay.
Because I am definitely putting Mosaic above Tapestry. I have played Mosaic again one time. I've played Tapestry. I played it digitally 6 or 7 times now. I've played it in person 4 or 5, maybe 6 times now. And I enjoy Tapestry. I like my Euros. It is definitely not a Clash of Cultures. Clash of Cultures. But Mosaic and Tapestry, yes, I like my. Oh yeah, no, don't do that. I like my my pushing of tracks. These both kind of have. Well, Tapestry's clearly a track pusher. You're trying to move up one of 4 different tracks.
The track game.
Yeah, a track game. Mosaic, more of definitely the Civ builder that I was looking for out of Tapestry, and I will agree with you. It's definitely what Tapestry probably should have been. I still appreciate Tapestry a lot. In Mosaic's just kind of one spot ahead of it here, but I like Mosaic better. But Wayne, what do you think?
So I like both. I think I haven't quite figured out Tapestry yet. Like I've scored decently, but I haven't like gotten that like 200 plus score, or I think 200 plus is good score. So I need to figure that out. So I think that's visually I just haven't gotten there with Tapestry, but I enjoy it. I don't know if I enjoy it enough to own it.
Especially not at like $90. Like that's the tough part.
Like that's the tough part. And then Mosaic, I loved at the end. I didn't like how it
you had a rough start. Yeah, that's why Carlos is laughing so hard. Yeah.
No, because he suddenly reminded me. I remember now how salty he was at the beginning.
He was salty. Yeah.
Well, because it was like it's this massive Civ building game, and there really was no like. I almost want to just say the Swift Start pack that you get with Wingspan, right? Where it kind of gives you some pointers on here's how you should start to play, right? And I'm kind of dumb in that I should realize it's a Civ building game. Be able to produce food and people, right? But then when you look at like your starting civilization and some of the things, it kind of leads you to. It led me somewhere else, and then initially the first third or half of that game, you guys were crushing me.
Well, because when we all drafted with the idea of Civ building in mind. We're like, okay, what do we need for food?
I didn't. I was just trying to make my symbols match up. But
the Euro game.
You're the Euro gamer. And then I drafted based upon my leader in my civilization. So I'm like, my civilization looks to trade or do this thing. So I looked for that. And then what that did, though, is at the end of the game, my initial draft ended up paying off real well. And I was able to just rake in the symbol matching at the end of the game. So I really liked Mosaic. I thought it was great. I think it just needs. I think it was all of ours maybe first game of it. So if you had someone who's played it before and is explaining the game to explain here's how you should start or here's how some pointers. Like if there was a lot of games in the
that would be a great article for you to write and post up.
Yeah, maybe sure. But a lot of rule books sometimes have like a first play. Here are some things to think about, right? That would be like a cool thing in Mosaic. But yeah, I like Mosaic. The only problem is like the version of Mosaic that we played. Yeah, that's way out of the price league of a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
and so if you do, I think the game was great because of the production value.
It is, yeah.
And the cost then makes Tapestry better because Tapestry has great production value, is like half the price of Mosaic.
Probably roughly, yeah.
The retail version of Mosaic is really just be a bunch of chits.
Yeah, it's just really is it really does it draw you in if it's really just a bunch of like cardboard little pieces on a thing, right?
I really don't know if I like the wooden resource tokens. Like I found that annoying counting them.
It was a little weird. Yeah, it was a little weird, but I think they're close. I think you guys are right. They're like Tapestry and Mosaic are like right now. Oh, there you go. Kitty's meowing.
Yeah.
Right
he's not meowing yet. He just came in asking for food.
Yeah. But I think you guys have them right though. They're at the top. They're both enjoyable games. I think.
But Carlos has got Tapestry above Mosaic, which is wrong.
Yeah.
I've got Mosaic above Tapestry.
Now, if we were going to go with objectively mechanisms play, I would probably alternate that.
Yeah.
But in the month of November, of the games I played, I can say I had more fun playing Tapestry.
Mosaic is one that keeps popping back in my head.
Does it? I forgot.
Yeah,
forgot about
it. I think I'm with Rob on the Mosaic thing. The only thing that might knock me down is I think Mosaic is going to be a 3-hour game most times.
Yes.
Although I will say though, a couple of the things I was talking to Carlos about it before. A couple of the things that I found we did wrong will definitely speed up the game a little bit.
Okay.
Not substantially,
Would
but
it have changed the scoring?
Says the winner.
Yeah, so you won. So I'm not going to go into all that. But anyway, I just got to mention real quick. James, Jim, and Nick chimed in that they both are really wanting to play Mosaic, and Nick's got a copy of it. So again, anytime you guys want to play, this is a game that I'm kind of itching to get back to the table.
Well, we got the Christmas game day coming up. No, we're also trying to do the Busch Gardens things with the family. It's going to be a tight day.
Okay.
That'd make for a tight schedule. We'd probably make it the first game of the day, though.
Well.
All right, so that puts us Mosaic for both of us, right? We got them both on the board.
You're up next, yep.
All right, I'm going to go Marvel United. I'm going to throw Marvel United up on the board. It was a game I played in November. I think once in November.
Okay.
But again, I'm talking about fun games that I played in
I'm
November.
to see where you put this because I got some different opinions on this one. But go ahead.
It's going here.
Okay.
Just above Ready, Set, Bet.
All right.
Had more fun than Ready, Set, Bet. I had fun playing Ready, Set, Bet, but I felt like I was done playing Ready, Set, Bet. Like I'm done playing Ready, Set, Bet for a while now.
Whereas unless you have 8 people.
I'm like messaging Muhammad with, "Hey, how much are all those expansion packs you got?"
Really?
Right?
That good, huh?
So like one of them's in my head and the other one's not. And Ready, Set, Bet is not in my head. Marvel United is. We played. My son asked me to play the X-Men version this time, so we played X-Men. He got to play as Wolverine. I got to play as Beast. My wife played as she changes. She's also a villain. Anyway, Mystique.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And we played against Sabretooth. And I tell you what, the Sabretooth, the whole theming of it, the way Sabretooth does his thing is so accurate to Sabretooth. So again, I have to appreciate how they took 50 different sets that they made. 100 different villains and characters, but they all have their thing that works the way that flavor.
Balancing would have been a pain in the ass on that. Balancing all that
nobody
stuff
said
out.
balanced.
Yeah. Okay, so I haven't played enough to know. I've only played a couple
I
times.
can't imagine that as balanced.
Okay.
But I will say that it's themey. And maybe I loved it more this time than when we played a base game.
Yeah, it's
Marvel United
since we played.
Because I grew up watching X-Men, right? On the cartoon version, the animated series. Back in the 90s, right? Most of us should have grown up watching X-Men.
Not me.
I'm sorry for your childhood.
Yeah, I'm older than you are, though. So I'm old guy.
But you're not that much older than me. I used to watch it.
How old are you? I've got you by
45.
3 or. Okay, I got you by almost 4 years. But
So
okay.
for all those reasons above, I had a great time playing Marvel United, and I'm probably going to lose some money to Muhammad in trying to collect some more of that X-Men style sets that I really like.
Let me just say real quick, our last 3 here each are not crossovers at all. So these are unique games that we played.
Wow, we went 37 minutes without a
caller
phone call.
coming in. People listening.
Beans and Dice Podcast. State your name. Where are you calling from?
This is Ron from Atlanta.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron, did you ever watch X-Men?
Yes, I did.
My man.
He heard Marvel United.
But the thing is that, when did it start in the 90s?
Yeah, it was mid 90s.
I
It
was
had
in
to
high
be.
school. Okay.
Mid
Yeah.
90s. That's right. I was in my 20s.
Okay. Yeah, I would have been close to that. So little younger, but not much.
Yeah. So, great show.
Thanks.
That's why Marvel United made it to my list.
I had to call because I didn't get the impression that you were all that high on Marvel United before, Carlos.
I didn't either.
So-
So the first few times we played together, and I thought it was very meh.
And maybe because I was playing with you.
Maybe I say I would. I know you didn't seem to be.
And
that
you know
excited
what?
About it,
Every time I played Tapestry, when I was like, it was with Robert.
yeah. Well,
Maybe that's
you
the
played this
maybe it's
last
that
time, yeah?
the
You
connecting
just
thing
meh.
here.
Yeah, you just don't like beating up on me. No.
No, it's not beating up on you.
Huh?
It's maybe there's something about playing with you. We overanalyze the game and
think about each other
just
too
don't
much?
have fun.
Oh, okay.
You know, or maybe it's the thematic experience, or like their Rob sucked the theme out of it.
Like a
Yeah.
black hole.
Yeah,
of
could
he's
be.
a fun sponge.
Yep. I gotta
Fun
figure out how to
sponge.
beat this game. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. I got X-Men Marvel United as well. I didn't get all the expansions, but I got the stretch goal box and X-Force, which I think everybody got back to Kickstarter, and then I got an optional back for Fantastic Four. Haven't played the vast majority of it yet. But there's a lot. Like, even with the boxes that I have, I got base Marvel United, and I bought a couple of expansions because one of the local stores backed at the retailer pledge level, and they had copies of stuff. And, like, it takes up space if you keep it in the box.
I only got 3 sets, and it takes up almost a calyx by itself right here.
Yeah.
And then I still haven't even popped open Doctor Strange. He still needs to get opened up.
I want to say between heroes and villains, anti-heroes, I got like 112 minis.
That's a lot of plastic.
Then, yeah.
That's where you
Yep,
store
a
all
lot
the
of plastic.
figures
And
separately and just put all the game pieces in a box, put the game box on a shelf, and then
That's
put
what
the figs in a closet.
So I got a bag for all the minis.
Oh,
So
even I wouldn't do that. You just threw them all in the bag? You know how I store my games. That scares me.
No. I'm talking about like a one of those bags that you put individual minis in.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can breathe now. like a battle foam bag or a Warhammer bag,
exactly.
where you can individually put me. Okay, I thought you grabbed like your gallon size Ziploc from leftovers and just threw them all in there.
No, that would be too much. That would be too much chaos, man. It'd take you forever to find anything. But I did that. I'm using the stretch goal box to store cards. I'm still working on my solution for that. But basically, I'm going to have my little battle foam bag and the stretch goal box, and that should carry everything that I own.
But you know what this means?
To reduce it.
You've lost all resale value.
You know what? I don't buy games to resell. So,
and this is why I like you.
It is what it is.
I've tossed so many boxes and inserts and because I don't ever plan on selling them. I just tossed the insert for Tapestry because I couldn't get them all back in the insert after I put those base clips on them. So it's all just thrown in the Carlito style.
That's
Everything's just
acceptable.
in the box.
Yeah, that's acceptable.
I realized the moment I did it, I'll never be able to sell this. No one will ever want to buy it without the inserts.
Well, someone will buy it. Just won't pay.
Somebody.
Not as much.
Someone will buy it.
Yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to chime in right quick. I think this is a good discussion you guys are having. It's enjoyable. I've only played, aside from Marvel United, I think played Point Salad, and that's it.
Oh, we're not done yet. We still got more games on the
we
board.
still got a few more to go. And I was going to say, and just as a little primer of what we're looking at for in the future, right? The thought right now is we're gonna keep these 10 games that we're ranking tonight, and then next show we're going to take a couple of the new games we played. Sometimes there's only been a couple games, but we're going to then put those on the list and bump out any that fall off the bottom. So we'll see how this goes. But this is a whole new thing Carlos came up with. So blame him.
Yeah, if you've ever watched Top Gear, BBC. With Hammond and James May and all the guys that rank their cars based on speed. They have a magnetic board, and they use these little magnetic strips to rank them based on how fast they went around their track that they tested on. I was like, man, I would love to do that with board games. I just wouldn't know how to do it. I was just overthinking it and say, you know what? Let's just put them up there based on how much fun we had. However you want to do it.
Yeah.
And my hope is as the show evolves, each time we add new games, we'll always have kind of the top 10 to 12 games on there that can fit of what we've enjoyed. And then at any point, we can look at that board and say, here's the last 10 games that I really enjoyed playing. Something real easy to do.
Nice. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, so how it works out.
All right, guys. I'm going to hang up and watch the rest of the show.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for calling, Ron.
Take care, Ron.
All right. Take care.
And that's how you do it, folks. This is a call-in show. Again, we're doing our thing here, and I know people have told us before they get a little wrapped up sometimes watching. They enjoy just kind of watching our banter, and they enjoy watching what we're putting up on the board and all that good stuff. But chime in if we appreciate all the comments in the comment trail. But again, what really makes this unique and what we want to do is we want to talk to you. We want to hear what y'all are thinking about. So whether it's what we're talking about or something entirely different, don't be afraid to interrupt us. But
well, Rob, it's your turn now, and
okay.
while you do that,
I'm
I'm
gonna
going to
hold this.
stand
All right.
up and grab myself a refill.
Oh, you're gonna stand up moment? Oh.
Yeah, I'm just doing a little stand up moment. Let you run your next one.
All right, again, so none of these are crossovers. These last three that we each did are all going to be different. I'm going to try to hold this up a little higher. We're going to work on making this maybe a little more readable, or we maybe dedicate a camera to it, or not, or at least an easel or something. Maybe we can have it up here so we're not holding on to it. So this will evolve a little bit. But my next one I grab is, before I throw it up there, I'm going to say this game was a little disappointing when I played it, although I definitely want to play it again. I played it at played it at 5, which was the top player count, and this is kind of all the new hotness. And so don't hate me when I put up this one. And I know there's somebody that at least was in the chat a few minutes ago that might be disappointed by this, but I'm going to put up Flamecraft. Flamecraft, a very new game, a very cute game. Again, there's been a lot of talk about Flamecraft recently. I played it with the top player count, and I don't know that was the ideal way to do it, especially when I think we played it with 5, and 4 of the 5 of us doing it, and it was just a little slow. And it's a fairly light game. I'm going to put Flamecraft above Caesar's Empire, but I'm going to put it down here a little below Point Salad. So, again, this one has potential to move up for me with more plays, and I think at a smaller player count, I think this game is really going to be best for me at 3 or maybe even 2 players with some quicker back and forth. But there you go. So yeah, I've got a hole in the middle there. So again, these can slide, Vanna. Thank you.
I'll be
Vanna.
your Vanna Brown.
But I don't know if either of y'all. I believe Carlos, you haven't played. Oh, you have played.
I've not played.
Okay, cool. We'll chime right in there. What's up,
Yeah.
Wayne?
No, I got a play in. I got one play in at the boarding game day. Nick Oben taught us the game. It was cool. I liked it.
Oh, that's right. As I was leaving, that's right. Y'all were starting up a game.
Started playing Flamecraft. So I'll say this. So like if the 3 of us got in a room together and said pick a game off a shelf, Flamecraft's probably not coming off the shelf, right?
Okay.
But if family, my son, my wife, some of my game group, which is a mixed bag of people, different age groups, different race, genders, whatever, I think it's the cute, like James, too much cuteness. I think it's a very cute game, and but I think 3 or 4 players is probably right around the sweet spot. And I think it's got enough that cuteness. And the aesthetic of the game is great for certain audiences. So I think this is a game that really will do really well with certain groups, certain audiences. But like I'll just say the 3 of us got together, probably not going to be the first game we choose, right? But
yeah.
So I liked it. I probably would put it above Point Salad and Skull. Amongst your list, it'd probably be about both the lists. I think I'd probably put it right in the middle there because I think it's a game that I think if you've played it before. I think it plays long if you haven't played it before, but most games do. As you get the rules down, it'll go faster. And I think it's a lighter game that I think family, kids, teenagers, wives, things like that.
We might have to go vertical with this or horizontal with this board.
Yeah, maybe.
That way we could have 3 of us.
Yeah.
Because I want Wayne's list up there too.
Yeah.
Because Wayne, I'm going to want you to rank that against Alien Pet Shop. Now, we got the designer, Greg.
Yeah.
He reached out to us.
Be careful. Yeah.
Greg is going to be joining us next week, 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks.
2 weeks from now, 15th of December. He's going to be on the show as a live guest. Because you talked a lot about family, you talked about cuteness, you talked about all the things you were saying made me think of Alien Pet Shop. I haven't played Flamecraft. If you had a magnetic board, how would you do it?
For me personally, I would probably put Flamecraft above Alien Pet Shop because Flamecraft has a little bit more gamers to it. There's a little bit more to it right now.
More gameriness.
Yeah, a little bit more like the sort of stringing along and comboing things. Alien Pet Shop is really fun. I like it. I think both of them have Flamecraft already has a bunch of expansions and add-on stuff from the Kickstarter. I think Alien Pet Shop has some good room for expansion to make it more complex if you want it, like where you can have it still a base game for your younger kids, but add some additional cards to make it more complex. They would be right around the middle for me in the games I played this month. Probably, I'd probably put Flamecraft a little higher though, just because it's a bigger game, for my own taste. I
think Rich's got a point there. He's thinking exactly what I'm thinking. He says you should make the Beans and Dice cool wall to keep the Top Gear flavor going. Yep. I'm I'm with it. That we're gonna make it happen.
Cool wall. What is that?
Well, because they have this tower that they roll in, and it's made of like galvanized metal.
Okay, yeah.
And that's where all the magnetic strips go on, and they just
Gotcha.
kind of roll that tower in, and they I can laser etch the top of it. We'll figure it out. We will make a wall.
That's another game I enjoy, but I wonder if it wasn't the Kickstarter cool version.
Right.
Flamecraft.
Flamecraft, yeah. Flamecraft and Mosaic are both games where it's like if you didn't have that overproduced coolness factor, the game would hit not quite as good.
Yeah.
Rich, get out with that crap.
Oh yeah. Easel come, easel go. I agree with you, Wayne. I think it is tough to rank these three. I would put them kind of all in the same category, in the same area on my funness meter, skull, point salad, and Flamecraft. Flamecraft could easily be just slightly above them instead of slightly below them. So I mean, this is kind of a spur of the moment, kind of throwing them up there. But,
but I can't even imagine having to make like a real full-on list.
Yeah.
Right, and locking something in. Like that bothers me. The idea of like locking in. This is my number 5.
Yeah.
Right? No, because it might be my 5 this week, but then next week when I play something else, it might move to 6.
Yeah.
And then the week
as
after
far
that,
as
it
the games I
changes.
enjoy at the moment, maybe. But my games of all time, my number one game of all time hasn't changed in like 20 years. So.
Yeah.
Can we guess it? Anyone?
I'm sure we know as soon as it says
definitely know.
It's got a Steffenfeld.
No.
Wayne, what is your number 1 game
Burgundy.
of all time?
Castles of Burgundy.
Castle of Burgundy. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
That's Feld, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I called it.
You called it, yeah.
I called the area
Neighborhood.
it's in. All right, I'm going to go in with my next game. I'm having a lot more fun than I thought.
Yeah, this is cool.
It's-
I think the fans may be enjoying watching us do this. So
Nobody's calling.
This will be an interesting thing, to see how it evolves going forward. We don't want to kill
Well, I
the
think
phone
you'll have
calls.
the 10, and then like in future, you'd have only like 1 or 2 games you have to either.
Yeah, this will be just a tiny
rank in
segment.
or- yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the future, this will go much quicker. But
Lost Ruins of Arnak,
okay,
the greatest deck builders comboed
this
with worker
got to
placement
be right up
ever.
here for you. Yeah, up here.
And
Might even be here, above
It's-
Furnace. I'm guessing.
And that's the
This
tough
this
part.
could be a thing too, predicting where we're going to put them.
See, but you're also making me rethink because
Oh, no, I don't want to influence you.
it's got to
Yeah,
go
I
up there.
reckon, yeah.
It's the more I play, the more I still say, wow, this is so well done
Yeah, that's a good one.
in its ability to just kind of, and maybe it's my ADD-ness, right? Like Rob's got AP-ness.
Yeah.
I have ADD-ness. And what I'm really, really enjoying about this game, Lost Ruins of Arnak, is it lets me just go, almost like Tapestry, I guess, which is probably why Tapestry went up there higher than Mosaic, same reasons, is I can just do whatever I want. I can dabble in this type of play and then jump over to this type of play. Like there's always so many options of what to do, right? I can go up the research track, you know what? Or I can go explore a new site. Or I can go dig at a site that someone's already else explored. Or I can go buy some new cards.
Yeah.
And if I want to buy new cards, do I want to buy new items? Do I want to buy new artifacts? So it's like there's my flighty brain can be like, go do what you want. Have fun.
Yeah.
Now, don't win. I'll never win. I
Yeah.
suck
You
at
just
it.
like doing things.
But I'm doing things.
Yeah.
In all kinds of. I'm not told here are 2 things. Pick the best one. I'm told here are 5 or 6 different things, and you can't even figure out which one's best.
Yeah, Nick says Arnak is probably top 5 for me. Very clever, makes me feel clever. So yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
So-
I'm in the middle of a game in BGA right now with Nick of Arnak right now. So we're about halfway through. Yeah,
I'm starting to realize
am
that
I
in
that
my
one also?
games.
I'm sorry. Oh, are you in that one also, Wayne? Yeah, I think there's only 3 of us playing. Is it the 3 of us?
Maybe.
It might be. Okay.
I was just
funny.
taking my turn in Arnak on BGA while you're all talking about it.
Oh, were you? Oh, nice. Yeah, Arnak is a really good one. It's not better than Dune, but it's a really good one. So I agree.
It's really good. Yeah, it's up there, top of the list.
Yeah.
I mean, if I played Dune this month, it'd be second, but
See, and maybe this is probably why Arnak is up there. Dune feels like there's really only one right answer,
Yeah.
and you're just praying nobody else goes there.
I love that tension.
I
love
hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Like,
Don't take it, don't
I
take it,
have
don't
to
take it,
do
don't-
this
Oh.
one thing this round. I have to do this one thing this round, and I need to get these resources to make that thing happen. And I'm praying that nobody goes there before I do. Whereas Arnak, okay, you did something, whatever. I got other things I can do.
See,
And
I
still
don't
have
like
fun.
that as much. That doesn't get me go. Oh, you did
They're
that.
both
All
good
right,
though.
well,
They're both
yeah.
fantastic games.
They're different. Yeah, they're different. And they get compared a lot. But
There's my Lost Ruins of Arnak right there under Crusaders.
I'm gonna have to play and rank that one in physical version because I'm not doing the ones I played digitally. I've been playing tons of digital, so I'm gonna leave that out. I'm going to jump to a game that is a heavy Euro. Well, not yeah, it's fairly heavy Euro. A classic Euro. Let me call it that. Trajan.
I've not played it.
Yes, you have not.
So before you throw it on the board, just give me the elevator pitch on Trajan. What is it?
Your classic Euro. I mean, Mediterranean stuff. Mediterranean stuff. You're
Look, he can't even describe it.
it's got like-
it's a Euro
it's
card.
like 6 different areas, and you're doing 6 different things in the different areas. You got an area control portion at the top where you're recruiting armies and you're moving them on a board to try to get area control, take over different areas. You've got a resource collection section so each time it's a rondelle. You're taking pieces and moving around, and then you get the number of actions depending on wherever you end on that rondelle for the 6 different areas of the board. And so whatever one you end on, you're taking an action in that area, and then you're doing a thing. So one of them is like trading resources. One of them is collecting stuff to trade in for other stuff.
Are you playing like different city states? Are you playing different civilizations? Like, who are you in the game, Robert?
I'm blue. I'm the.
That's
You're
it.
done here.
I'm leaving. Screw.
I'm the blue faction. So, yeah, I don't think there's no like player board with you don't have a leader or you have a side that you're playing. I'm playing the blue. I'm trying to control the different areas of the board with blue, and I'm trying to stop red from doing what red wants to do. So that's really it.
And you like board games?
Oh, I like board games.
I don't get it.
It's the test of wits.
All right, I'm gonna have to watch a video on. Okay, we just spent 3 minutes listening to Robert, and I don't know what the
And I
heck
know
Trajan
nothing
is.
about the game. Yes,
Yeah, hold that steady as I slide these around. It's
So Carlos,
Ooh,
you and I
sliding
have to. You and I need to play Trajan because I haven't played it yet either.
You haven't-
Yes, if you're a Euro player, you will like Trajan.
And don't get it twisted, folks. I am a fan of Euros. I like Euros. I'm not, I don't live in a Ameritrash world. I really do enjoy Euros. It's got, there's got to be something themey that gets me there.
I'm going to put Trajan. I've only played Trajan once, and so, again, these are subject to change a little bit, but Trajan is going up here at the top. I slid some stuff down, so I've got Unsettled, which I think is just such a unique game. I didn't get a chance to talk much about that one, or I didn't talk much about it, but without going into too much on Unsettled, cooperative game. I like cooperative games, and just the puzzle that you're solving in Unsettled just keeps my brain going. Trajan, though, I am a Euro gamer, and Trajan is one of the better Euros I have played. I need several more plays of this game to grok it, to get it, to understand what I'm doing. I did okay in my first game. I played against 3 people. 2 of the 3 had played quite a bit of Trajan before I played it, and I did feel like I was at a big disadvantage to start, although I ended up doing pretty well. You're reading the comments, or go ahead.
Put up Ron Fraser's comment.
Ron Fraser, which one? This one here?
I got to interrupt you for that
I
one.
haven't even read it yet. Like Rob said,
Like I said, Rob is where theme goes to die.
I can live with that. I'm okay with
He
that.
can sleep well at night knowing that.
Yeah. Rich says Trajan's a Feld 2. I believe
Yes,
it is. I believe that's correct.
And
Okay,
2011, so it's an 11-year-old game, and it's a 11-year-old Feld game that I have not played. So
Does
Okay.
anybody own it? Rob, do you own it?
I do not. And I might think about buying. Jim says it's one of his top 10 games of all time easily. If you're a Euro player, this is really a must
If we
play.
played, Wayne, we have to play in person because
absolutely.
when it comes to Euros, I can't connect the dots on the computer.
Yeah.
I don't even know where there would be a digital implementation of that. I don't think there is one.
Okay. All right, Rob. So
Oh,
someone's got to source
Samantha,
it.
Samantha backs me up. I just got to point it out here. She said there is no theme in Rob's defense. There isn't. You're doing 6 different things in 6 different parts of the board, and you're just trying to advance your color. Not even
Trying to keep your green out of your blue.
Again, exactly. So it's all a race on these different areas to do different things. So. Here, Rich says theme is trapped in Rob's cooler. It is. I am the cooler. That's going to be a new thing. That's a new nickname for me.
The
I'm
cooler.
I can live with that. So.
Get that on the back of your jersey.
Jim says he owns it, so bring it to game day. We got to get Carlos and Wayne a chance to play this one. But
I will find the theme. If there's a connection to theme anywhere, I will source it out.
And BGG's all-time ratings. Again, not that I'm rating these on anything like that. I'm just rating them how much fun I had playing them. Trajan is in the top 20, I think, on all time. So it's got to be way up there, 2025, something like that. So. Yeah, really good game.
All right, so you're wrapping up your list.
I got one more to go, but yep.
Okay, we still have one more
both
to go.
have one,
Wow,
yeah.
we still have one more to
Yeah,
go.
one
Okay,
left, yeah.
I'm going to hit up my last one here, and it is Cascadia. and I am struggle bussing it
Oh yeah, really?
because Cascadia's got this lightness to it that's deceptive.
It's hard to rank these games against each other.
It is. But every time I play it, I'm like, man, why don't I play this more? And then it's got a speediness to it. Like the gameplay is so quick. The setup is so easy. I'm just, you know what? We're just going to bump all these down here. We're going to push these down.
Was supposed to be
Saw
your
that
all-time
one
top.
coming.
It was supposed to.
It was supposed to be your top. You broke the rules. Yeah, we can't have this.
Are there?
Cascadia at the top of Crusaders?
For the
Really?
month of November.
Really?
Cascadia's going at the top.
For the month of November. Okay.
For the month of
It's not-
November.
it's-
For my
it's
recent
not-
plays
It's the highest ranked game y'all have talked about tonight. So
that I'm going to play that I'm talking about is Cascadia. And I think it's that culmination of all of it. It's the speed of the game, how quick it plays, how easy it is to set up. How much brain burn I get by playing it.
You were late to this game. I had played this game like 3 or 4 times before you ever
I never
played
wanted
it.
to play it. Never wanted to play it.
Wow.
Because, I'm not into nature. Unless I'm eating it, I don't care.
Surprised you like this so much.
you said brain burny, but the weight of this game is only one.
I wouldn't call it
184.
brain burny.
You don't call it brain
Oh,
burning?
no, I can almost turn my brain off when I play this one. I'm
Really?
just throwing stuff down. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I need to connect this and this. Oh, that fits over there with the forest. Let's put that over there with the forest. So
No,
really.
I feel like I'm exercising my brain trying to figure out how to get the most out of every creature. Right,
Really?
out of all the scores,
we got to
when
play
to
this one.
spend
Then.
my
I wonder if you're more analytical on this one than I
acorn.
am. That would be crazy.
it could be it.
Oh, we got to play this. Yeah.
And I will say, I guess when I look at the rank and stack, I'm going to stand by this. This is the order of the fun I had playing games in the month of my recent plays in the month of November, and I'm okay with that.
So see,
And I think Crusaders up there because it is a pain in the butt to set up.
Yes.
It is.
And with the expansion especially.
It
Holy
is.
mackerel.
It is a pain in the butt to set up, and you know how I put games away. I just dump it all in the box. So having to reorganize all those components.
so what's the list again? Why don't you read the list?
Yeah, read
real
yours
quick?
and then
All
I'll do
right, let
mine
me go
here.
to my list here
Yeah.
for you folks at home. Let's get this thing closer up. Starting off with Crusaders. I'm sorry,
Cascadia.
Cascadia, followed by Crusaders, and Lost Ruins of Arnak. Furnace by Arcane Wonders. Tapestry, which is a Stonemaier title. Mosaic, I'm not even sure who makes that. We've got Marvel United by Simon, Ready, Set, Bet. And last on the list are Caesar's Empire and Skull. So that's my November plays.
I got to point out here, Wayne corrected me. Trajan, actually 109. I want to be factually correct here. 109 on the BGG ranking. So I must be confusing it with something, but it is still a great, I think, Euro. You're just throwing stuff all over the place. So Carlos just ruined his list.
Yeah,
So
hold
it goes to crap. So let me put my last one up, unless, Wayne, you want to say anything else about Cascadia.
No, actually, this is another one. Furnace, Cascadia, and Trajan. There's 3 games on you guys played this month that I have not yet played. So
Do you want to
those
play?
are on my list? Yeah.
Got to get those in. All right. I don't think you've played this last one probably either. I haven't heard a whole lot about it real recently. It was more buzz on it when it first came out, but I got a chance at the con, Your Turn Con. Gosh, was that almost a month ago now? Or about a month ago, to play the Guild of Merchant Explorers. This is
It's right here,
Yeah, this
man.
is a
I
game
want to play
Carlos
it
has
so
not
bad.
played yet.
I own it.
I played that with you.
Oh, did you? Oh, did we play it together? Oh, that's my old man memory. So
Not
that's
only
right,
Steam,
you did.
but it's
You
just,
sat right next to me. Yes, you were right next to me in this. We played this with Rachel
Diego
and
and Rachel.
Diego. Yeah, it was their copy of the game. Carlos has had this one for months, and he keeps talking about wanting to break it out, and we've never gotten to it. And all right, so you actually can chime in on this one a little bit.
yeah.
I'm going to put this right here. And again, this is based off of one play, and this one is a little fragile. And when I say right here, I'll call out in a minute exactly where I put it. I put it, I'll go ahead and say, I put it below Ready, Set, Bet, which again, I think is also a very fragile game, and then above Skull. So that's where it kind of fits in on my list. I need to play this game a few more times. This keeps getting kind of compared to or being called a flip and write. It's not really a flip and write. It's definitely not right because you're not writing. But I've seen more people come out recently and say that that's really kind of an unfair.
The flip and fill.
Yeah, people saying it's not even really that, though. It's not really in that genre. It is a little bit, but you're kind of doing a thing. I mean, you're flipping a card and everybody's kind of doing the same thing. So, but anyway, this game has a lot of flexibility, a lot of different ways you can go with it. So even though everybody is getting kind of the same parameters to do a thing, people go in such different directions. I know a lot of flip and fills, I guess, do that as well. I'm thinking of games like Welcome to, and games people's final boards tend to look fairly different. But in Guild of Merchant Explorers, I think there's a lot of freedom to try some different things and to go for some different goals. And you've got some personal objectives. Looks like Wayne doesn't entirely agree with me, but I need to play this one some more. And again, Carlos owning a copy of it now, we need to get this one to the table. We need to teach you this one. But
yeah, I think I said learn it so y'all can teach me at the house.
Yeah.
I want to get to the table. I understand it to be a flip and fill.
I don't think this will go any higher on my list. If anything, over time, it might fall below some of these staples like Skull and Point Salad. I think it'll probably stay above Flamecraft, although I need to play Flamecraft a little bit more as well. But Guild of Merchant Explorers, I was really excited to try it. It did not disappoint. It didn't quite live up to the hype that I was hoping for, but it's a good game. I enjoyed it. So,
Yeah.
What do you think, Wayne?
I mostly agree with that. It was a good game. It was entertaining to play. It didn't disappoint. It didn't wow me. I think when I think of Guild of Merchant Explorers and my gameplay experience there, I think of very much when I played Era. I think it's just Era. Era. It's
Era.
a highly overproduced roll and write, right? Or flip and write, or whatever.
For sure.
Like again, it's it's nice, it's pretty, but it's like you could sell me that in a box for $20 and I'd get the same gameplay out of it. So that's where I think, I'll gladly play it. I had a lot of fun. I don't think I would buy it because I think it's too pricey. It would probably be too pricey for what I think it's worth.
I probably agree. Yeah. Again, I want to play it a few more times, though, because I want to see some of the different objective cards that you can get and some of the different things you can try to do for scoring.
And I'll say this, the four of us that played, you basically, you're flipping the same card and everyone's doing the same thing, but on your board, we're all doing different things. So I think that is pretty cool. But that's sort of the function of roll and rights and flipping rights and all those various rights that they have now is you have your blank board and how it ends up at the end is going to be completely different. Cartographers and Welcome to, and it's really
getting better. It definitely is getting better that we share the same options, but end up in a different place.
Place, and that's what this was. And it was good, and it was a fairly close game, I think. It was fun. It was enjoyable. Again, though, it was like, do I want if I'm going to spend that kind of money for that game? I expected a little bit more gameplay out of it, but I think the option of the cards and things could add to it. But it was good. I enjoyed it. It would be in the middle pack for me as well.
Yeah, I think it was fairly thinky. I think it was one step up, I would say, from like a Welcome to. Although Welcome,
cartographers, a little bit. It's a little bit more complex version of cartographers almost. And
I agree.
To me, it's kind of like if you took cartographers and married it to Kingdom Builder.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, kind of a mashup of the two. I would agree with that. Yeah, good comparison. Just run down my list real quick before I forget. So I got Unsettled at the top, a game that I have played only a couple of. Well, I say more than a couple of times. I played 5 or 6 games of Unsettled. I still like that game a lot. Trajan, Mosaic, Tapestry, Ready, Set, Bet, Guild of Merchant Explorers, Skull, Point Salad, Flamecraft, and then Caesar's Empire. So that's my 10.
There you go, folks. That's games we played in November that we wanted to highlight. As we continue to play games, the goal is going to be to talk about the new games that we want to add to this list. Through December, as we play games, we'll put them on a piece of tape,
couple at a time. Yeah,
find a way to put them on the board somewhere, and then as we replay these games, we can reposition them.
Move up and down a little
as we replay them. Nice. Just because I've always struggled to make a top 10 list. I've never been good at remembering which ones I enjoyed more.
Remembering?
More of a games of the moment.
Remembering not so good for me.
Yeah.
Well, you're more.
But this will help memorialize it.
Yeah.
At some point, we do have to do a top 10 all-time list. I mean, right? Everybody does it, but at some point, we got to put out the Beans and Dice top 10, and Wayne and whoever, William, Nick, whoever wants in on that. I assume we can.
God, I feel like 10 is so hard to decide on.
A 10 out of the thousands.
I could easily get to 10.
Could you easily do that?
Oh, I could do top 50 pretty easy, I think.
Yeah, maybe the top 50 I could do, but top 10, like picking the top 10 games.
Oh, you mean just to narrow it down to 10?
Narrow it down to 10.
I could. Yeah, I would probably use one of those. What's the website you go to where
Pub Meeple?
Meeple, is that what it is? Yeah, where you're
where they
ranking.
you put like your whole collection in there, and then you they bring the two up at a time, and then you rank one over the other. I've done that exercise a couple times, and that's an interesting one. So I would probably use something like that to help me out. But yeah, Pub Meeple, or Carl's just pulling up the website.
Yep. It's Pub Meeple. It's got a ranking engine in there. Let me share my screen here for y'all folks at home.
Import your BGG rest. And I think there's even a way to just import like the top 500 games on BGG, right? And
You import your list, and then from there, it starts asking you which game do you like. Like it gives you two options, and you pick one over the other, and you just kind of do this over and over and over and over and over, and eventually the algorithm figures out the ranking based on how you selected what.
Yeah, and it's a little finicky just from day to day. I did it with my whole collection a couple years ago, and even though I only had 100 and something games in the collection, just doing that took hours of the comparisons. This one, that one, this one, that one, this one, that one. So I did it over the course of a couple days, and then there was a couple times where two games would come up, and I'd be like, oh, well, yesterday I think I rated those opposite, but today I feel like it's the other way around. And so
that's how I feel.
Yeah, that can change from day to day. So it's a little, obviously it's a little finicky, a little can fluid. Let's say it can move around, but
I think it also depends on the type of gamer you are. Like Carlos is the new hotness, and or he likes trying. You like trying new things more, whereas and I like trying new things, but I also like have the staples where it's like I'll try one or two new games and then play one of the 20 games that I love to play over and over and over and over again. So those games will dominate my top 10 list because I played them a ton, right? So
I'm fairly the opposite. I try not to do that new hotness. When I made my collection of games, even from the beginning, I did a lot of research. A lot of people are like, holy mackerel, you're building your collection so slow. But at the beginning, I was trying to buy one a worker placement game, one deck builder game, one of this, and I was trying to buy the best one of each one of those just from reading through other people's reviews and all that kind of stuff, compiling stuff. So I'm a big researcher on that kind of thing. So
how a Eurogamer buys board games.
Oh yeah, baby, Euro board game buying.
The purpose of buying games.
Exactly. Nice.
Well, we had a good Thanksgiving holiday. Wayne, what games did you get played? We talked about the games we played in November. Anything off this list that?
So the two that come to mind right away are 2-player games actually. Well, 3. I played 3 games that aren't on that list. So Targi, 2-player game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so good. Love it. It's great. I've played a bunch of that in the last 2 weeks. And Jaipur.
Targi or Jaipur?
Both of them.
Yeah.
I played both Targi and Jaipur now.
I need to play Targi.
They're both really good. It's interesting.
Which one's better? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to
no, it's okay. It was interesting, and you guys are. I know you two are Lost Cities fans, and I love Lost Cities. I love Lost Cities, but you know what? I think I like Jaipur more than Lost Cities, and I think I do. I really like Jaipur. It's such a good game. And then Targi is
it was on sale for like $7 on,
or like $10 on. Yeah, I picked up
Jaipur. Black Friday.
Yeah,
Jaipur was.
I picked up physical copy just so I have my own.
I skipped it.
Yep. And then Targi is good, man. I really like it. It's really interesting because, like Lost Cities and Jaipur have you're playing cards and you're jockeying cards back and forth, whereas Jaipur has this board where I play one, and where it crosses, I get that thing, and you're trying to block. It's man, it's so good. All 3 of those games are just amongst all the various 2-player games I have. Those 3 are right up there. But man, Jaipur and Targi have skyrocketed in my enjoyment of those 2. And then the other one I played that was new was HerStory, which is the latest game from the trekking the world, trekking the parks, trekking the history guys. And it's pretty cool. It's all about like women in history, and so you get like a stack of 150 different famous women in history, and you're building a book. You're basically a researcher trying to build a book about famous women, and so you're collecting resources and then using those resources to collect the chapter card for that woman in history. So this game is very cool. It's very light. It's very much like the trekking through history, trekking the national parks as far as lightness, and they really bring in that sort of gamifying education, so that it just goes. It's which
they do so well.
They do so well. Those 4 games are on my shelf, and the 4 games we'll play with my kid and his friends, and when they come over, like, hey, you guys want to play a game? Let's play this, because while you're playing, you'll be learning about the parks or the world or history or famous women. So I really enjoy their production value is great, and it's just a light family game. So that was fun. It was a good playing that. So
Cool.
Those are 3 different games that I played from, and I played many of the games from your list also because we had a game day together. So.
Yeah, we had our game day, and we had Thanksgiving. We had some gaming. I think Wayne came over for some gaming. We did Mosaic.
Mosaic.
Yep.
We got Mosaic.
That was a good one.
We did more gaming Friday after Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving. That was fun. The Childress family came over.
Yep.
Got a lot of games in that night.
Yep. So we played some point salad. We played some skull. We
Had
played
some good food,
Yeah.
good drinks. It's been a good week. It really has. It was kind of nice taking the week off to just play some games.
It was tough getting back to work. It was like,
Yeah.
back to the grind. Yeah. Real jobs. We got real jobs here.
Real jobs for me for like 2 more weeks. So
Oh, yeah. Well, then you get your break. So that'd be nice.
then I get my winter break.
The whole school life. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, next week, I'll be out of town for work. My goal is to join in remotely. That's going to be the plan, but it is more central time zone, so it's a little bit off time-wise. I may not be able to make it, but we're going to get Rob set up with the equipment, so at minimum he can host and take phone calls.
Yeah.
If I can't make it out, but that's going to be the goal, is for me to join then. The week after that is Greg, designer of Alien Pet Shop.
Yep.
Is going to be
That's
joining
cool.
us. And
I'm
we're
looking
working on...
forward to that.
I think ODAC is helping us work on getting the
An interview with the two of the original
founders of
the Tampa Bay Board Gaming Society, I think it is. Yep. Tags. Tampa Area Gaming Society, something like that. They'll correct us. They'll get it right. But we're going to interview them hopefully the next couple of weeks here and get them on and talk about that whole organization, what they do over there, getting people together to play games and how they started up. So that should be fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that gets us to just past 10 o'clock hour. Thank you, Ron Frazier, for your phone call. I hope y'all enjoyed watching us debate on how to rank these games as much as we enjoyed trying to do that.
I guess that'll take a week off next week because we won't be here physically. So probably,
Probably the week after that we can
jump
rank
back
and
to
stack
it.
what we have.
I think you guys did pretty good though. That's
You like
good
it?
games.
All right. Yeah, people give us feedback too. If in the comments or whatever on the chats, let us know if you like this. If this is a thing you want to see us keep doing. I mean, we're going to do it at least for a few times here just to give everybody a flavor of it. But let us know if you think this is cool or not. Again, it won't take so much of the show in the future. In the future, we'll just be putting a couple on, so it'll probably be 15 minutes. In the future, won't be
Just throwing them up there.
Yeah,
Because we always talk about the games we played anyway.
Yeah.
So now this is kind of a way to memorialize where we ranked them.
fun little ranking thing.
I like it.
Yeah, it was fun.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for the show. Don't forget, the second Saturday of December is the 8th, is it? No, 10th. 10th.
Yeah, 10th.
I'm out of town. I'm out of town the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And that 10th is that Saturday, second Saturday, game day at your turn. And we're also doing our gift exchange. So if you want to participate, join us up at your turn, a board game cafe in Zephyr Hills, Florida. I'm Carlos.
I'm Rob.
I'm Wayne.
And we are the Beans and Dice Podcast, a podcast about
How we
How we game.
Thanks for watching the Beans and Dice podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.